Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and I'm going to draw 5 cards for our Thursday, September 24th. Okay. So we have the Ten of Swords, the High Priestess reversed, the Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Well, that's a really weird combo. Okay, let's see what I can get. So with the Four of Wands here as the theme for the day, but also it could be about noontime. The Four of Wands is about events. It can be about marriages, weddings, a community event of some type. But, you can just tell by the card here, it's a celebration. They're having fun. So something to do with a celebration. That's the theme. But then with the Ten of Swords in the morning, there's something that I get it. You're done with. We're done with any form of self-doubt that keeps us locked out of our channel. Straight up, the High Priestess, is very connected to her intuition, to her higher self, to the core of who you are, to your divine cosmic intelligence that lives within you and actually within every cell of your body, because it's in the nucleus of the cell, of every cell. So with your intuition, you know which way to go, and it helps guide, during relationships, during events, celebrations, coming together. But when it's reversed, this has to do with not trusting yourself, not trusting your intuition, not going with your gut feelings. And also sometimes about not being, it's mostly just not listening to your inner voice. But, so the message is you really need to listen to your inner voice. And it can also be sometimes a hidden agenda. So maybe there's somebody who has betrayed you in the past. Maybe there's been a betrayal because of a hidden agenda around a celebration, like maybe even a wedding. Like maybe somebody's acting out and not being totally not in their integrity, and it could affect whatever celebration that is. If it's not a celebration, whatever celebration is coming through, or if it's not a celebration, then your feeling of community with whoever this was. So there's some walking away because you're done. And you're done, especially done with not listening to your intuition anymore. Because you had to have had the guidance come in prior to this happening. So this might not be true for all of you for this day, but it could be that there's an underlying spiritual message that'll come through me that will guide you for any time that this might happen, because these things happening are very human experiences that we all have at some point. I mean, who hasn't been betrayed by a friend who had a hidden agenda to like use you or take advantage of you, and it took you quite a while to get inside the truth of what was really going on. And it could be like somebody is using you or has this hidden agenda around some event. So that's interesting. Or it's just somebody with a hidden agenda in your community because this can just be looked on the simple level of a community card. And it could be a family member where you were previously happy, or this could have to do with an event for, for a family, like maybe a family reunion, or, because this is the happy family card, the Ten of Cups. So something about walking away from self-doubt. I think the best message here is walking away from self-doubt where you previously didn't trust yourself, and now you're going to trust your intuition, and you're in community, you're in commune with your higher self. And that will lead you to your fulfillment and your happy family within you. Whether or not you're living with a happy family or not now, you can find your happy family within you. And then with, coupled with the Eight of Swords, there's the, trusting your intuition again. With the Eight of Swords, there's a real need to actually trust your intuition. Because if you don't, then you're stuck in this, like little self-created prison where you don't want to look. And the only way to find the way to take the, the binds or the ribbons, whatever, to get all this off of you is to get rid of these mental negative, this negative spin that's going on. To get rid of the negativity. To get rid of the negativity, you have to keep going inside and communing with your higher self to get the message. So it's a bit of, this is like, your self-imposed, your own self-created little prison. And when we're in that, of course there's a lot of restriction. But if you go inside and understand how you got here, then you get the message. It's like, have you guys ever heard of this poem called, it's by Portia Nelson, and it's called, oh my goodness, it's like 5 short chapters. It's called The Hole in My Sidewalk. So I won't say the whole thing because I don't want to ruin the poem for you, but look it up. It's online, and it's, when you get to the end of it, it's like you don't even go down, you don't go down that road anymore. But you have to keep going through the cycles of your own little self-created prison. And so anyway, I'm not going to say anything more about it other than I want you to look it up and read it. And the reason I'm saying that is because I want you to, like, if you haven't already, if you don't already know that poem deeply, and it's Portia, Portia, I think, Portia Nelson. If you don't already have that poem inside of you, I want you to get it inside of you because it's something you can live your life by. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful poem, and everybody should know about it. So I'm not going to say anything more about it other than just get it. Okay, so let's use the Spirit Animal Oracle and see what else we need to know for this day, for Thursday, September 24th. Okay. Okay, so we have, Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. Okay. Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. Ooh, that's beautiful. And Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. Didn't know lizards had that kind of wisdom. Okay, so yeah, believing in yourself, that's part of, with the, the higher self or the high priestess, that's this pretty much the same message. So when you trust your intuition, you break through all levels of self-doubt, and then you really do free yourself. So believing in yourself. Squirrels gather too. They gather little things. I learned this from what's her name? The comedian. Oh my God. Why is it that when I do these readings, I go to this place where I can't, for some reason, I can't remember. She cracks me up. She's a comedian. Oh my goodness. Oh well. I'll think of it as soon as I stop probably, or maybe I'll remember. But anyway, dark hair. She's beautiful. She's really funny. She's Jewish, or she was, I don't think she lives that way, but she was raised Jewish. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. But anyway, she, in one of her stand-up comedy specials, she talked about how squirrels, and I didn't know this, and I was living in the forest at the time, so it was like, oh, perfect information. She said squirrels are the ones mostly responsible for all the trees in the forest because they go around and they bury they bury the acorns and then they forget where they buried them, and those are the ones that they stay and get turned into trees. Well, and from living in the forest, I also know that trees, they grow themselves. They shoot sprouts from around. I've watched the way they grow. It's something that just happens as the offshoots of the big trees. The little trees grow as well. But we can thank the squirrels for all these beautiful things that are planted, these trees that are planted. So I think the main message here, besides trusting your intuition, is just to know that you can always gather everything that you need. That even in all the little ways, you can gather everything that you need. You can gather, your friendships, your community, and all of your resources in life. And then with the whale card, the trusting in the great mystery, that's really beautiful. Because of course, if we knew everything that was going to happen, we'd be really bored. We'd also be very controlling people. And, whatever you hold on to really tightly and try to control, of course you end up losing at some point. So trusting that life can be that beautiful mystery, and you can float in that wisdom, that conscious awareness of that. Sometimes in life we're having to swim hard or work hard, and other times we can float, and other times we can kind of just coast along. But the flow changes, and that's the ebb and flow of life is really, really beautiful. But with the lizard spirit here, the message is dream the world into being. Well, yeah, with your imagination, you can create anything. And you have to conceive of it, first with your imagination, and then, tuning into is it what I really want? And then there's all those steps on manifesting. If anybody ever wants to, have a personal session on how to manifest, I do that. That's one of my fortes. There's 4 to 5 step process in that, so I can always help you with that. But yeah, so if you ever want to book that session, you just go to my website to the sessions and readings page, and then decide on how long of a session you want. But with a manifesting type of a session, unless it's something that let's say you've been working on manifesting something that's not coming through, then you might only need like a half hour or an hour session to work on the obstacle that's been in the way. But if you're new to learning how to manifest at all, then you might want to book like an hour and a half, because there's a lot to it. But it's the way we bring what we want into our world. Now, the cool thing about lizards is if they lose their tail, they can grow a new one. So I like that it's like, salamander spirit, where you're always renewing. Life is always, always renewing. That's one thing you can count on. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's it for the day. Thanks, you guys. Bye.